Good morning, it's JC again, and this is an update on the uh, ruckus in Los Angeles. Um, it's just the idiot idiot president that we have trying to provoke and use the Insurrection Act to put U.S. troops, to pit U.S. troops would be a better way to put it, against U.S. citizens. And Donald Trump's trying to do that. And the sooner Donald Trump's out of there, I don't care how it happens, the sooner he's out of there, the better. You know, you saw when he almost tripped and face planted himself on the stairway up to Air Force One. Well, I can say it's too bad he didn't. So they won't, I'm sure TikTok won't like that. But to me, uh, we got to take him out and put somebody else in place. He is just ruining our country, and we need to, especially. I hate that I don't think we can wait till the 26 elections to take over Congress if we can do it and then get his ass out. He's going to kill this country before then, long before then. He's got to go now, right away, and something has to be figured out in a way to do it. So, anyway, I want you to listen to some of this. This is really ridiculous.
I'm joined by California Governor Gavin Newsom. Governor, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth just wrote, due to increased threats to federal law enforcement officers and federal buildings, approximately 700 active duty U.S. Marines from Camp Pendleton are being deployed to Los Angeles to restore order. We have an obligation to defend federal law enforcement officers, even if Gavin Newsom will not. That was his post. What's your response, Governor?
It's just complete nonsense. It's Orwellian. It's a manufactured crisis. Let me give you a proof point of that. As we all know well, they illegally and unconstitutionally deployed the National Guard over the objection of the governor, over my objection. And we filed a lawsuit on that. There were 2,000 National Guardsmen deployed, but they cannot operationalize the needs for more than 300 of them, meaning 1,700 of them have not been utilized in any meaningful way. Just moments ago, they also called up an additional 2,000 National Guard. So now 4,000, of which only 300 have been operationalized. And Guess what? Yesterday, LAPD had to protect and use their scarce resources to protect those National Guardsmen and women against protests that were incited because of their presence. And I say this as someone who's very proud of our National Guard and care deeply about them. They are being put into harm's way. And Donald Trump has created and manufactured a crisis that I assure you, to your tweet in the reference to excess, is going to be made significantly worse if they impose the Insurrection Act and deploy 700 active Marines and military into a U.S. American city in this manufactured crisis.
We saw that there were National Guardsmen sleeping on the floor. There was no food, water, or places to sleep for them. Here's what you posted. You sent your troops here without fuel, food, water, or a place to sleep. Here they are being forced to sleep on the floor, piled on top of one another. If anyone is treating our troops disrespectfully, it is you. And is this the group that's just even the 300 that they did operationalize? So they couldn't operationalize the 17? What are we looking at there even?
You're looking at chaos. You're looking at incompetency. You're looking, I think, at the visuals of what this is all about. They are unhinged. They're incapable of operational efficiency. I mean, these are the soldiers. This is the 79th Infantry. I know these guys well. They're under our command. They've been under my command. They're amazing young men and women. These were the folks out there protecting people in the middle of the wildfires here in LA. They were protecting public safety at key checkpoints all throughout the state. These are the folks I've deployed that are now being pulled off the line to do forest management and vegetation management, preparing for wildfire season. These are the folks that are currently being deployed, now are being sent here for this theater of the absurdity, that we're working on fentanyl interdiction and doing task force work, our rattlesnake crews, all of these extraordinary things that no longer can be done, or at least are disrupted because of this show. And that's all this is. We have more than enough resources. The mutual aid system has not even been close to being tapped as it relates to local law enforcement. And I'll remind you, LA County has 88 cities. The vast majority of those cities have their own police departments. The California Highway Patrol, we've surged about 600 officers. And as I just noted, and as you just showed your viewers, you've got 1,700 of these young men and women that are sitting around waiting for something, and another 2,000 have been nationalized. Again, just so Donald Trump can pound his chest and act like he is in control. He is creating chaos. He is sowing chaos.
Governor, is there anyone in the Trump administration or the Secretary of Defense, the Defense Department, or Department of Homeland Security who's coordinating or communicating any of this with you? Or are you mostly finding out by tweets and by posts and Trump's press conferences?
Let's talk about the great Kristi Noem, who not that many months ago was on with one of the mouthpieces, the PR machine for the Trump administration, Sean Hannity, not that many months ago as Governor Noem, condemning the Biden administration because there was some discussion, as she referred to it, as threat to freedom and state sovereignty, because there was a chance that her National Guard was going to be federalized. She condemned it. Hannity shook his head in disgust about the incompetency of the Biden administration. That incompetency and hypocrisy is on full display right now. No coordination, no capacity to engage in a rational deployment strategy. Currently 1,700, if I haven't made that clear enough, of the first 2,000 cohort that have not been deployed, and the threat of the U.S. Marines coming in to a city in the United States of America in 2025, which would require the Insurrection Act in this manufactured crisis that is going to create the conditions that we are desperately trying to mitigate.
There you go. This is long enough, but I wanted you to get an update on what's going on out there. And it's absolutely ludicrous. And as he says, it's Orwellian. It's a camera obscura, or the theater of the obscure, that's going on with Trump and Hexeth and I guess Kristi Noem, the dog killer, who used a shotgun to a dog's head to kill it, which I think the dog is more valuable than she is. So you know my feelings on that. Who should have been who in that relationship, or who should have been whom? Anyway, this is JC. It's taking more time. It's getting too long. All I can say is fuck Kristi Noem, fuck Hexeth, fuck Donald Trump, and thank you to the state of California and Governor Gavin Newsom for what you're doing, but you're not doing enough. Get out there, tell the police departments in all those cities around Los Angeles to stand the line and not let the National Guard or the Marines come into your cities. Block the roads, keep them out. Stand there you've got just as much firepower as they do. Stand there and make them stay out of your communities. So this is JC saying, Proximor Jack, keep on trucking, and God bless you in California. Or as they say, I shouldn't say that. I can't tell God to bless anybody. I should say, may God bless you in your cities, and may God be on the might of right, and the might of right belongs to the cities around Los Angeles.